The member for Dunkley has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Energy. Will the minister update the House on action the government is taking to ensure that hard-working Australian families and businesses, like those in my electorate of Dunkley, have a secure and affordable gas supply? Are there any alternative approaches?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Dunkley for his question. And know he's deeply committed to lowering the power bills of his constituents and ensuring a more reliable supply. And that is why we've taken action on a number of fronts, recognising there is no single silver bullet to lower power prices. As the Prime Minister mentioned, we have been successful in passing through the Senate the abolition of the limited merits review process. In Labor's own election document in 2016, they said that, quote, power bills have skyrocketed, and this has been a result of massive investments in networks, poles and wires. But what did they do when they were in government? Absolutely nothing, Mr Speaker. That is why we have now abolished the limited merits review process. The work we've done with the retailers, which can save a household $1,000 or more by changing retailers or changing contracts. The investment in storage is now another important point and reform in order to reduce the volatility that has been driving our power prices. And when it comes to gas, the Labor Party did nothing when they were in office. The member for Port Adelaide has now admitted that they knew that power prices would rise as a result of the tight supply on the East Coast by setting up large amounts of export of gas without the necessary supply for the domestic market. So we spoke to AEMO and we spoke to the ACCC, and we received their advice about what would be required to ensure there is no domestic shortfalls in 2018 and 2019. And we were told that there could be potentially a shortfall of 107 petajoules in 2018 and 102 petajoules in 2019. As a result of the work that we did, we were able to secure agreement from the gas companies to ensure that there won't be those shortfalls in those years. But the long-term solution is to get more gas out of the ground, and that will only occur if the states develop their gas. The Northern Territory is sitting on 200 years' worth of supply. The Andrews government is sitting on 40 years' worth of supply. In New South Wales, if Narrabri was developed, it could provide up to 50% of New South Wales gas. And the chief scientist himself has made it very clear that you can develop unconventional gas resources in a scientifically proven and environmentally sustainable way on a case-by-case basis. So I say to the Labor Party, use your good offices with your Labor comrades in the other states. Get their support to lifting these bans and moratoriums. But they're only costing jobs and they're only sending prices higher. And as a result of our interventions in the market, we are doing more every day to secure lower gas prices for Australian families and businesses.
Member for